we're going to be showing you how to put on sterile gloves. As you saw, we were just washing our hands, which you want to be doing after you put on sterile gloves every time. So first, you have your gloves. You want to open the top and just open it away from you, just like any sterile item. And we can place the wrapper out of our way. This right here is not going to be sterile anymore because the table is touching it and our hands have to touch it to open it. I'm going to grab the corners and flip it open. You want to have your right side on the correct side so that the left and right are there. And then you flip back the paper and make sure you kind of like bend it so it doesn't flop back over, because once it touches the table, it's no longer sterile. So again, I'm going to grab the other corners. And then you have these tabs that you pull so you can open it up slowly and then make sure every corner is down so it doesn't flop back on top. Okay, so whether you're right or left hand dominant, you want to do your dominant hand first. For me, that's my right hand, so I will grab the cuff with my left hand, place my right hand in, these gloves are a little tight, so keep pulling until you can't anymore. Making sure your thumb is away from your forearm. So now this is sterile. I want to keep it above my waist at all times. So now I get my left hand and my right hand and I grab the cuff again from the top. These are a little old, I'm guessing. So then I place my left hand.
Wait, you guys are kind of open mine. Sorry, I literally can't.
Okay, so that's okay. So now what you want to do is go from the inside.
But literally I can't it doesn't even roll up.
It's melted together from being old.
Okay, well let's just keep going. Hers is defect, so we will demonstrate and figure that out after. So now that I have my glove and my sterile hand in the glove, I put my left hand inside, carefully, not touching anything else, and I just pull it over, and now I let it snap. Ow. So now it's on, and you want to make sure your hands fit. As you can see, Stephanie is making sure her hand is not touching your forearm so that it stays sterile. And you can just let it snap and then you can adjust it. So now you can go ahead and adjust your fingers. You don't want to adjust them until you have them both on. Perfect. So now we do this, and we keep our hands above our waist at all times. And we're ready to go. Now Celestine has another pair of gloves because the last one was melted. So again, she's going to open the package. Usually you do not want the item to be that close to the table edge, but now you can go ahead and open it. Make sure you flip the corners. Perfect. Yeah, like, there you go. Good job. So now you want to grab the tabs on the middle and pull it out. And you just, yeah. Want to make it so that the paper's not going to flip back in. So now she's going to get her dominant hand and put it in the glove first. And then snap it all the way back without, that's fine, you can leave it, yeah, perfect. You don't need to worry about the ends because once it's on, that's on. And now she's going to get her hand that is sterile with the glove and put her left hand in, her fingers in the cusp. And again, she's going to get it on. And then snap, perfect. Now she's gonna adjust without touching the ends or anything, and now she's gonna keep it above her waist. And now we're sterile.
Hello, we just washed our hands and we're getting ready to glove up for a sterile procedure that we're about to set a sterile field up for. My name is Gianni. This is
Claudia.
And this is
Claudia.
Imagine that. So we're gonna start by making sure those of us who have sleeves on, Claudia and I are gonna make sure our sleeves are rolled up and not gonna be in the way of our gloves or dripping into the sterile field. So we have our glove sizes here. We're gonna open them. And let them drop. We're gonna get our trash off to the side. And now, everything that touches this countertop is gonna become not sterile, so the outside of this. So we wanna make sure we open this up, just like this, kinda like a book. And then on the inside, we'll see where our left hand should go and our right hand should go. No matter what our dominant hand is, if it's left or if it's right, we wanna make sure that we start gloving up with our dominant hand. I'll be starting with my right hand because I'm right hand dominant. And so will the rest of us. All right, so we're gonna first open these lower flaps and we're gonna kind of fold them down so they don't flop back open. See how mine were trying to open again? So I'm just gonna fight them until they open. Until they stay open. Then we have this right here. Gonna make sure it's open. Little speed demon over here to my left, Claudia. Very good, very good. Then we're gonna open this side as well. Okay, so we're all gonna take our right hand and we're gonna pinch the bottom of the cuff. And now this is all sterile in here, so we can't be just clumsy at this point. We need to be very careful. So we're gonna pinch.
And don't we have a 2-inch parameter around the?
We do, yes. And so then we're gonna pinch the bottom of the cuff and we're gonna bring our right hand in first and keep our thumb away from our forearm. So here we go. And we'll bring it up like this, and we will just let it roll back. Okay, so we'll just keep it like this, just like this. Now, we're going to use our non-dominant hand. We'll start with our dominant hand by grabbing the inside of the cuff with just 2 fingers. 2 fingers, I said. Opening it up, and we're gonna bring it up to our left hand. We're gonna shimmy our hands in there, make sure our thumbs are in place, and then let it snap. Some of my fingers didn't get in there, but that's okay. At this point, this is sterile.
Lots of mine didn't,
And
so
lots-
I need to now readjust.
Yes, so then we're going to just adjust the fingers, tighten it a little bit, that is fine. And a good rule of thumb is to never adjust this part at this point because the outside of it is, the inside of it is not sterile. So we have put on our sterile gloves. Thank you for watching that part. And now we will take them off. Are we ready, girls?
Yes,
All right. Would anyone like to narrate that part?
I will.
Okay.
I'm going to take off my dominant hand first using my left hand. There could be squishy, gross blood, guts, whatever on, so I want to go very carefully, probably putting my hands down away from my face. Grab the middle of the cuff, slowly fold it inside out. Take your left hand or right hand, whichever hand the other glove is in, fold it into a ball and use your other 2 fingers to roll the cuff down and around, inside out. And then you have a nice clean little package that you can put in the trash that is marked for toxic items.
Yes, contaminated waste, exactly. And also we wanted to remember that our hands needed to stay above our waist while we were creating our sterile field and putting our gloves on.